Welcome into the show, everybody. For those live, I apologize for our tardiness, technical difficulty here. Every computer I have just decided, hey, what if you didn't do a show today? You know what? We persevered. Welcome in. My name is Mark Farzy. This is the Farzy Show presented by MyBookie, mybookie.ag. Phillies are back in the NLCS for the second consecutive year. That was an absolutely incredible game last night. Nick Castellanos makes history. Trey Turner goes yard. Ranger Suarez does exactly what you needed him to do. Rob Thompson has the wildest bullpen configuration and usage last night that I can remember in just ever. But it worked, and the Phillies won 3-1 to make it back to the NLCS, and the crowd was incredible for the entire game. It was, again, you guys were the co-star. Again. You have the amazing play of the Phillies, and then you couple that with the fan base of this city. Everybody's shouting you out after the game. We talked about it in a post game last night. I can't remember a time where Philadelphia, I don't think it's ever happened, where Philadelphia got this kind of love, this kind of admiration from national media. It is amazing. We got that to talk about today, obviously. We got the Eagles and Jets kicking off. Yeah, the Eagles are still playing. 4:25, they kick off Sunday in North Jersey against Zach Wilson's and Robert Saleh's the New York Jets. And I just feel like the Eagles are just going to be 6-0, just like that. This is going to be a wonderful weekend of looking at the matchups between the Phillies and the Diamondbacks and how everything's going to start out now for the NLCS, and it's going to be a wonderful weekend of the Eagles improving to 6-0. Now, one of the things that I like to do midway through the week there is, I like to start doing not just looking at the Jets in particular, but kind of looking at the matchups a little bit more closely, And I realized I hadn't done that. I hadn't done that until yesterday afternoon. Usually I'm like a Wednesday, and I'll do like a Wednesday. I'll go through that. But I was a day late. I was like, oh, because I've been so concentrated on the Phillies. And I'm like, I hope the Eagles aren't concentrating on other things. And Lord knows it, they're not. The Sixers, they've been playing preseason, right? The Flyers won last night. That's exciting. And how about this? Ladies and gentlemen, the 76ers were in the building last night, as I'm sure most of you know by now. Joel Embiid was in the building. Tyrese Maxey was in the building, and I had the same thought. I think a lot of people thought, and I saw Crossing Broad actually put this out there on the old social media there. It's like, oh, hey, Sixers, this is what it'll be like to get out of the second round. So hopefully they learned from this wonderful experience last night. I am just beside myself in a most positive and upbeat way when thinking about how the Philadelphia Phillies are in a spot right now where they could very much against an 8. I'm not looking down on the Diamondbacks. The Phillies were a team you can look down on last year. Certainly they made it to the World Series, 87-win team. You have the Diamondbacks who are an 84-win team. They're now facing you in the NLCS. Lord knows what can happen. You beat them, 4-3 in the regular season, so it wasn't like you absolutely stomped them. You beat them 3 times in Arizona, which if you remember, and I got to go back and I got to find this because I know I showed it to you guys a million times. But before that particular road trip where they went to Arizona, there was something like 9-19 or something like that on the road. And Rob Thompson said before that road trip, now we just got to win on the road. We've been winning at home. Now we just got to win on the road. And they won on the road. And it started with that series in Arizona against the Diamondbacks. And this should be another series that the Phillies win. Simple as that. Phillies should win this series. But like the Phillies, the Diamondbacks just were a buzzsaw through a team that won 100 games in the regular season. And this NLCS right now, for those that haven't seen these stats yet, first off, this is the first time in history that the top 5 teams in baseball, the Brewers 92 wins, the Rays 99, the Dodgers with 100, the Orioles with 101, and the Braves with 104. First time that those teams, the top 5 teams in baseball, did not make it to the NLCS. Excuse me, I should say League Championship Series. The only team that actually won a game in their playoff round was the Braves, who won Game 2, of course, against the Phillies. And we'll let you hear from Nick Castellanos in a second about how much that game, because I know everybody was concentrating more or less on what Nick Castellanos didn't say after the game last night. I don't care. I've told you guys, and if you listen to my show, if you watch this show, you You know this is what Nick Castellanos did last night to the National Reporter, what he's done to Tom McCarthy. And I'm not just talking about what he said when the Phillies made the playoffs this season. I'm talking about what happened last year when Tom McCarthy just gave him a setup to start talking. Nick Castellanos wasn't interested in the setup. Just say, yeah, is that a question? No? Okay, well, what else you got? So that's pretty fascinating. And then how about this? Just caught this off SportsCenter this morning. This is the first time that both league championship series feature teams that had 90 or fewer wins in the regular season, excluding, of course, shortened seasons for whatever reason. That's what is going on right now in both championship series. It is pretty remarkable. And I think the Phillies are going to come out on top of it. And if you're a Diamondbacks fan, you got to be thinking you're playing great at the right time. Two teams of destiny, essentially. Two teams that aren't supposed to be there are there and going head to head. First, I'll say it again. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something that I just came. I have never been more impressed with the team and how they've played in the regular season and then not been afraid of them at all in the postseason. We wanted the Braves. We wanted the best team in baseball because we knew we had their number. We're going to hear a lot from our Philadelphia Phillies. We're going to hear a lot from Nick Castellanos, Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, Rob Thompson over the next couple of days. What we're not going to hear a lot of anymore is Brian Snitker, okay? The head coach, the football terms, the manager of the Atlanta Braves. Listen to this question. This is so perfect. Brian Snitker, after the game, being asked about, you'll hear the question and the answer, and he's left dumbfounded.
Second row on the right.
Snit, you guys have had a lot of success against the Phillies these last couple of years in the regular season.
Yeah.
You get here these last 2 years. I mean, what really changes that makes them kind of...
Gabe, I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. I wish I had the secret sauce for that. Like I said, this is an experienced, really good club. I mean, I feel like last year all of a sudden they got everybody healthy, and they got big time players on this team, and I don't know. I really don't know.
Can't figure it out. Can't beat the Phillies. Very, very simple. There's so much to be said. Like, people will talk about shortening the regular season because it doesn't matter as much. The regular season, here's what I've learned from the Sixers. Okay, the regular season means nothing. In my recent time as a Sixers fan, and I just mean recent, I've been a Sixers fan my whole life, but like just recently, the regular season doesn't matter. It's there for entertainment. It's there to, in the Phillies case, it's there to help you get through a summer, right? For a lot of people, it's there to just help you get through to a football season. Doesn't matter until you make the playoffs. A whole new season begins. And although I hate the terminology, tournament, I feel like there's one tournament. The tournament, for me, is the NCAA tournament. That's the only tournament. When guys like Doug Peterson started referring to the playoffs as the tournament, just get into the tournament. But it makes total sense. It is. That's all that matters. All you got to do is qualify, and then anything can happen, which has been a phrase forever. But now it's just put in a little bit different light. Now it's being phrased a little bit differently. Just get into the tournament. The Phillies did better than just getting in this year. They were the best non-divisional winner in the National League. So they won the wild card. Number one wild card team, all right? And they go into this, and they just were that buzzsaw. And Citizens Bank Park was the place nobody wanted to come to. It is absolutely remarkable to think about what the Phillies have done this year, what they've done last year. It's wild to think about Bryce Harper coming back from Tommy John surgery and helping the Phillies get to the spot that they're at right now, and helping them get to that spot again last year. And it's just, you just think back on it, and you just need that championship for everything to be complete. Bryce Harper has continued, or has won his second MVP award here in Philadelphia. He has gotten the Phillies to a World Series. I think he's going to get the Phillies to another World Series. The scare that he had there in the 8th inning against Matt Olson, that was scary, but they worked it out. They figured it out, and they got the win. I'm just so unbelievably happy for Philadelphia, and I'm so happy for the Phillies. And the party in the clubhouse last night looked absolutely next level as well. Let's hear from Nick Castellanos after the game last night, because he had some interesting things to say. Now, one of the things that he got criticized for, what I was saying earlier about things he didn't say, is when he got pulled aside by the national reporter for a one-on-one interview after the game, after he made the history of hitting 2 home runs in 2 consecutive games. He's the first player to have multi-home run games in a postseason ever. I would have thought somebody would have done that. Only player in postseason history to have two homer games back to back. Never thought. Okay, I'll take it. Fine. And wouldn't you know it, the only runs of the game last night are scored via the long ball. I don't really know if there's anything more appropriate for the teams that led Major League Baseball in home runs for the last 4 months of the season. The Braves and the Phillies. That's pretty spectacular. 2 months of the season, excuse me. So that's pretty amazing. But Nick Castellanos, after the game last night, I'm pretty sure this has to do with his celebration, or what aided him. The question was in the post-game press conference, was there anything that kind of tipped you off as the things you needed to do to make adjustments and have more success against the Braves? And here's what he had to say.
No, not on purpose. I think that I feel watching when they celebrated, when they doubled off Harper, and seeing everybody jump around and dance on the field, like as I was coming off, that was a good feeling to get coming back and playing baseball here.
Good feeling? To watch the Braves celebrate that Game 2 victory, to watch the Braves also celebrate winning the division here, I'm sure also had a little thing in the back of his head. But to celebrate that, he sees it and he uses that as either motivation or an ability to pull focus. I don't know. He didn't even chalk it up to that. I think most people would. But he's not even saying that. He's just saying, like, yeah, he's watching them celebrate and be like, yeah, wait till you come back to CBP, man. Wait till you come back to Philadelphia. Because it is going to be an incredible crowd. It's going to be 45,000, 46,000 people showing up, waiting to cheer, waiting to scream, waiting to yell, waiting to chant, and getting Spencer Strider's head. And I don't know if the crowd got in his head last night, but it certainly seemed like it. It was unreal. I want to get to his comments. He's got 2 more comments for you about Nick Castellanos, but first I want to get into the game itself and what the Phillies had going for themselves in this game. I want to go through it, especially with Ranger Suarez and what he was able to do for the Phillies last night. And I also want to get into just the play-by-play of it and the really special moments in this game. The father-son moments, again, with Liam Castellanos, obviously, and Nick Castellanos are always fantastic. Seeing Trey Turner go deep. There are a couple of things, though, that did bring me to the edge of my seat in this game. And it was missed opportunities against Spencer Strider. It had me in my feels in a bad way, even more so than Austin Riley's home run. Another home run for Austin Riley. 7 home runs in this season and postseason for Austin Riley against the Phillies. Wonderful. But looking at this game, Suarez goes out there in the first inning, a 14-pitch first inning, 1-2-3, done. Going to the bottom of the first inning, Kyle Schwarber goes up there and he strikes out on the high heat. Trey Turner gets a double. You got a 1-out double by Trey Turner. You have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Then Bryce Harper walks. All of a sudden, first and second, only 1 out. Bohm strikeout. Stott flies out to center field. 1 opportunity missed there for the Phillies. Going to the second inning. Ranger Suarez working the corners, getting Jamie Moyer-esque corner calls on his fastball. Goes down 1-2-3 in the top of the second. Going to bottom of the second. Another 1-out base runner with Nick Castellanos drawing a walk. Then Brandon Marsh gets a single. Runner on first and second again with only 1 out. Rojas lines out to center field. Castellanos gets doubled off. Another opportunity. First off, in that particular instance, I know it doesn't matter now because they won, but what the hell are you doing in that situation? But anyway, bottom line, another opportunity blown. Going to the third inning, Harris reaches on an error by Trey Turner, a throwing error. Then he gets the second on that. They're able to get out of that. No problem, no harm, no foul. Acuna then grounds out to Ranger Suarez. You're out of the top of the third inning undamaged. You go into the bottom of the third inning. Schwarber leads off with a fly ball to center field. Turner gets a single. Harper gets a single. Oh, my goodness gracious. Another first and second with only one out. 3 consecutive innings are starting it off. Excuse me, Turner goes to third. It's even worse because Turner takes third on the Harper single. First and third, one out. Bohm pops out to second on one pitch. Stott ends up. This drove me the most bonkers, okay? Now you have 2 outs. Runner on first and third. Stott's at the plate. 3-1 count. Where does Bryson Stott hit his home runs? Where do I always say he hits his home runs? Where does he hit his home runs? The high fastball. He can't lay off it. Spencer Strider throws a 99-mile-per-hour fastball just below the letter in the strike zone. In the strike zone. Top of the zone. But in the strike zone. And for the people on the podcast, I have the shocked look on my face. I couldn't believe he gave it up. Why didn't he let it go? Why didn't he take a hack at that? That was right in his home run swing. He didn't take the hack. He took it. He didn't take the hack. He didn't swing. 3-2 count. He ends up striking out, ends the threat. I'm like, all right, great. Now you've just blown 3 opportunities right there to start off the game. So now you have the situation here in the 4th inning where you have 1 out. Austin Riley steps up to the plate. He hits the home run on an 0-2 terrible changeup. It was a great changeup, but he actually missed it. Oh, hi, sweetheart. You're back? Okay, come on in. So Austin Riley goes up there and he hits the home run. It's 1-0. I'm thinking, great. Now this is where all those opportunities come back to bite you in the butt. Okay. And wouldn't you know it, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th inning. Phillies down 1-0. Castellanos strikes with the home run. Daddy. First pitch slider, 404 feet. Yes, sweetheart. Oh, thank you so much. You get your PJs? Yeah, that's okay. Okay. No worries. Just put them down. Are Grammy and Grampy up yet? Yeah. You want to go your apple juice? All right, you want to get your apple juice, though?
Can you come down here?
Why don't you hang upstairs? You can watch Sky Happy. Okay, no worries. No worries. No worries. Imagine how it should be if the Phillies lost last night. You know what I'm saying? So Castellanos gets a home run. It's 1-1. Then Murphy goes up there in the top of the 5th inning. Good morning, sweetheart. I'm right here. Okay. Okay. No worries. No worries. There we go. Do you want to wear the Philly Fanatic hat? All right, you just want to stare at yourself in the monitor? That's fine. That's fine. This is where I should. Oh no, don't touch that. That'll knock Daddy off the stream here. You all right?
Yes.
Okay, just enjoy the view of you. That hair is ridiculous. All right. Castellanos hits the slider, first pitch slider, 404 feet, 1-1 ball game going to the 5th inning. You have a good inning there by.
Daddy, friends.
Yeah. Watch the wire there, sweetie pies.
Where is your friend?
They're over here on this monitor. There's everybody. See everybody right there in the chat saying, oh, look, good morning, Toots, says Sean.
Hello,
I'll take some apple juice, says Professor Dutch. See, look, even Professor Dutch wants apple juice. You don't want your apple juice? No? Okay. Anyway.
Yes, sir.
You do want your apple juice. Either way. So then you got a tie ball game with it. So then you go in the other inning there, and that's what the Phillies fans were doing to Spencer Strider last night. She's doing an excellent imitation of what was going down right there. All right, sweetie pies. Thank you. So Trey Turner then steps up in the bottom of the 5th inning, gets the 403-foot home run, which was incredible. It's a 2-1 ball game. Phillies take the lead. Castellanos steps up there in the 6th inning. This was fascinating. Castellanos steps up there, gets a first pitch fastball, fouls it away, 100 miles per hour. And I go, that was right. Talk about throwing at the home run swing. That was a home run swing right there. If he gets his timing, this ball's gone. Then there's a ball out of the zone that he took. And then there was 3 straight fastballs from Spencer Strider.
Wait,
the first one was a swing and a miss. Yeah, the first one was a swing and a miss. The second one was fouled away. The third one was launched 415 feet into deep left field. Got his timing down for the home run. Brandon Marsh stepped up there, got a single. Phillies didn't get anything after that, but it was a 3-1 ball game at that point. Then this was nuts. Hey, sweetheart. Sweetheart. Hey, sweetheart. Oh, you are in a. Oh, you know why? Because you got a full night's sleep. Finally, mommy comes back tomorrow. Are you excited?
Yay!
Watch the button, sweetheart. So let's go on to the 7th inning here, because this is where things absolutely got bonkers. What is that? Oh, thank you. This is. I just want to. I want to relive the moment here that you had Craig Kimbrell come into the ball game, and things just got absolutely crazy. First off, Alvarado had already been used, so you didn't know who was going to be coming out. Kimbrell was being used in the 7th inning there. You had some nervousness going on in that inning. I know I had my doubts that anything good was going to happen in that inning, but sure enough, Craig Kimbrell comes out in that 7th inning. Sweetheart, thank you. Manuela, why don't you go get your apple juice? How about that?
I want somebody to get with me.
I think Grammy's upstairs right now. Or Grampy. I think I hear Grampy. Yeah, come on. They're going to get your apple juice.
No.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right, stay right here. So then you have a situation here where Ozuna pops out against Alvarado. Murphy grounds out to second. You get 2 outs. Then Pilar walks. Arcia walks. Pilar goes to second. Kimbrell then comes into the ball game. Walks Darno. Bases loaded. 2 outs.
Can you undo that?
Oh, yeah, sure. Here you go. Take care of that. This is real stuff, folks. This is real stuff. There you go, sweetheart. Love you. It's just like Nick Castellanos and Liam Castellanos. It's just like that. Anyway, so then you have 2 outs, bases loaded, and let's go through the Acuna at bat. Ball 1, way outside, bases loaded. Runners somehow don't advance. Somehow, magically don't advance. Craig Kimbrell dodges a ginormous bullet. He dodges a cannon is what he dodges. Okay, forget about the bullet. He dodges a cannonball. It caroms back to JT Realmuto almost perfectly. They have an opportunity to pick off somebody at any base, really, and they decide not to. Now, Bryce Harper wasn't covering first, probably the best option right there. Lopez came in to pinch run, and we couldn't get him off first. Harper wasn't at first. It's a tricky situation. So anyway, it goes on. You then go up in the count 2-0. It's a 1-2 count at that point. Then he fouls one away. Another ball gets thrown, and then you fly out to center field to where Johan Rojas is waiting on the baseball, and he just makes the catch of his life in that situation. Yes, sweetheart.
I want you.
I know, sweetheart. I'm going to be upstairs in a little bit. Can you please go upstairs with Grammy and get your apple juice?
But I'm scared.
Why? Because Grammy can't help you? Grampy, can he help you? All right, sweetheart. It's okay. You can stay here with me if you need to. And now she runs away after that. So then you have the fly ball to center field. Johan Rojas is tracking it. He almost overran it, and then he timed the jump, got the ball, and that was that. You see how jazzed up he and Brandon Marsh were in that situation, and it's a 3-1 lead preserved. Craig Kimbrell, fantastic. Phillies get an opportunity there to do a little bit more damage in the bottom of the 7th inning, nothing doing. Kimbrell then comes out and gets 2 more outs in the 8th inning on Albies and Riley. And then Gregory Soto comes in to pitch the final out of the top of the 8th inning. And that's where Matt Olson collides with Bryce Harper at first base for that situation. And fortunately, Bryce seems like everything's going to be fine. So you keep on going there. Bottom of the 8th inning, nothing doing there for the Phils. 9th inning, why not make things even more interesting? Gregory Soto walks Ozuna. Walks Ozuna to lead off the inning. Murphy gets a single. Ozuna somehow legs it out to third base. Pilar then comes in against Matt Strahm. Strahm gets him to pop out to short. Rosario flies out to left. 3 pitches, 2 outs. Runner on first and third. Everything's great. Then Grissom ends up going up there to strike out. Can't hold up the check swing, and all was right with the world. Absolutely incredible way for the Phillies to make it into the NLCS for the 2nd consecutive year. Here's Nick Castellanos after the game last night when he was asked about the particular case of saying to the media after game 2, we always respond when we get punched in the face. We thrive after we get punched in the face. Here's Nick Castellanos when he was asked about it by Marcus Hayes post-game.
No, not on purpose. I think that I feel watching when they celebrated, when they doubled off Harper, you know, and seeing everybody jump around and dance on the field, you know, like as I was coming off, that was a good feeling to get coming back.
And after the game 2 loss, you said that we got punched in the face and we thrive when we're punched in the face. Is that what we saw the last couple of nights, you guys responding to that?
I feel like our play answered that question.
We'll go in the back corner. Nick, this Braves team had a...
That's all you needed to know. That is all you needed to know. The play did the talking. Simple as that. So Nick Castellanos, obviously a man of few words most of the time, but spoke so eloquently after this game, at least in the press conference. Then this was the best part about it. I didn't know this. I didn't know that Nick Castellanos and Bryce Harper were roommates while they were both representing Team USA when they were kids, like 16 years old. And Castellanos was asked about that after the game.
He was saying when you guys were standing there in the dugout after one of your home runs, he was thinking about kind of how he's been watching you do this since you were 15, 16, 17 years old. What's it been like kind of being next to him and having that moment with him?
It's crazy because, you know, I remember rooming with him in Venezuela and being teenagers and doing the Team USA trials. And I remember him saying, like, hey, we're the next A-Rod and Jeter and combo, you know, and, you know, obviously I'm not putting myself in their we're not in their category yet. You know, Derek has 5 championships, but it's cool.
I would say it's a little cool. It was absolutely a little bit cool. You could tell he was a little taken back by going down that memory lane. And when they caught Bryce Harper and Nick Castellanos talking in the dugout, I wonder if that's, you know, I wondered what they were talking about, and it certainly seemed like it was something interesting. And for it to be that kind of moment is pretty special. So credit once again to the Phillies for just absolutely taking it to the Braves in this series and just finding a way to dumbfound the Braves manager and the Braves themselves and advance to the NLCS again. I know you're excited. I'm excited. We're all excited. We're pretty excited. That's the Phillies, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what they had going for themselves last night. Now let's get into a little football conversation with the Eagles and what they got going on, because it's going to be, I believe, a 6-0 start to the season. I think most people are with that as well. This is going to have to take major errors and problems for the Eagles. This is going to be a shoot yourself in the foot type of game. It's the only way that they lose this game against the Jets. If you're Zach Wilson and you're coming off this game where you just beat Russell Wilson, you're riding a high. If you're Nathaniel Hackett and you just beat Sean Payton for a guy that was talking all that trash on you before the season started. And by the way, did you guys realize this? The Jets gave away 1 game ball after beating the Broncos last week. You know who got that game ball? Nathaniel Hackett got that game ball, and his team was all proud of him and all happy for him. But as I do each and every week, I try to give you guys at least 5 things that are really jumping out to me about this game. And one of the things that's really jumping out to me is the fact that this is going to be another huge game for Jalen Hurts for so many different reasons. The first reason is that he's just on fire as far as throwing the football goes. Running the football as well as he did last week as well is pretty damn special. But listen to this. 275 yards in each of his last 3 games. 125 of those 275 yards, they are to A.J. Brown. So that connection is better than that's ever been. And how about this? The icing on the cake, coming off the game that Jalen Hurts is coming off of, where he just ran all over the place. The Jets right now against quarterbacks are allowing 5.4 yards per carry. 5.4 yards. That's the fifth most in the NFL. That's not good. So I look for Jalen Hurts to be able to run over this team. I look for Jalen Hurts to be able to throw over this team, and I feel like this offense is going to be clicking on all cylinders against this team. Now, the run defense of the New York Jets has been atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. So when they go up against running backs, they're actually not terrible, but overall, last week, you just look at Jaleel McLaughlin of the Broncos. He was able to average 7.8 yards per carry in that game. And I look at DeAndre Swift, I look at Kenny Gainwell as guys that will be able to run all over this defense. Their pass defense is pretty damn good, actually. This is against wide receivers in particular. So this should be a big game for Dallas Goedert, but wide receivers in general. For this matchup, they are a top 7 defense in defending against the wide receiver. So A.J. Brown will have his work cut out for him. Sauce Gardner, as we all know, is going to have a pretty solid game plan, as will this entire defense have against the wide receivers here. But they're a top 7 defense against wide receivers with a 77 passer rating against wide receivers this year. You all right, sweetheart?
My toe hurts.
Your toe hurts? You can't have that. You want to walk it off?
But Tessie scratched me.
Oh, Tessie the dog scratched you? Grammy and Grampy have a dog. We don't have a dog. And Tessie, did Tessie just her nail scratch you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, sweetheart. Let me take a look. Ah, your toe's gone. All right, no, you're fine. You're fine.
But it still hurts.
It still hurts. Do you want to get an ice pack?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Where's the ice pack?
It's in the freezer.
I want you to put it
All right, here you go, sweetheart. Take that with you.
upstairs,
Yep. Watch yourself.
downstairs.
Yeah, no, upstairs. It's upstairs. All right, you don't have to.
But I want you.
I'm right here, sweetheart. I'm right here. All right. Oh, Lord.
Can I get an ice pack you were done your show?
Yeah, ice pack right after the show. Hold on. There you go, sweetie. All right. So something else I'm going to be looking at this is I was saying that against the wide receivers, 77 passer rating when wide receivers are targeted, which is why I think Dallas Goedert is going to have a ginormous game. And wouldn't you know it? Against wide receivers, great. Against tight ends, not great. Almost as bad as the Eagles. The Eagles went into last week's game as the second worst team in the NFL defending against tight ends. The New York Jets are coming into this game 22nd. They are the 22nd ranked defense when defending against tight ends. So Dallas Goedert could have himself another big game. Zach Wilson gets sacked 2 times a game. That's what he's averaging so far this season. The Eagles, this might lead to a little bit of a problem. The Eagles have been great, as we all know, with pressure. They pressure the quarterback 40% of the time. But this is one of the other things I'm going to be looking at here. Not just the fact that you're going to be getting pressure on Zach Wilson. They do that every week against every quarterback. And this is only, by the way, with Hassan Reddick just getting started over the last 2 games. You can't be it's going to be so tempting to only focus on the quarterback. It's going to be so tempting to only focus on the quarterback. Yes, sweetheart. Is your toe still hurting? I know. I'm sorry to see that, sweetheart. You look, it's a little red, but you're okay. Yeah, I can see it right there. You're okay, though.
I want to get an ice pack.
Well, the red carpet is rolled out, sweetheart. You can go get an ice pack. There's a red carpet for you. You want to go get the ice pack?
Where is it?
Where it's in the freezer.
I want to wait.
You're going to wait till the show's done? Bless you. Good. Oh, my goodness. You're sneezing? You got a cut for you sneezing again? God bless you.
I want to go for Grammy and get my ice pack.
Okay, you want to go?
I want to go for Grammy.
All right, go for it. You want to bring your apple juice? Look, you're crushing this. Like, look at that. She's already, can you even see the amount? There's a little bit left. There we go. So if you guys are hanging with me for this, God bless you. You can't overlook the big piece of steak, raw meat that's hanging in the lion's den that is Zach Wilson in this game. You can't just be focused on that because Breece Hall is just getting warmed up on his season. 177 yards just last week. No, you can't see it? You can't find anybody? No? Okay, that's fine. It's
If you want me to come up there.
Okay, well, you don't have to, sweetheart. You don't have to. Let's go right here. We'll make the executive decision. You're going to stay right here for the remainder of the show, okay? All right, sweetheart. Love you, sweetie. So don't look at the raw meat that is in the lion's den there with Zach Wilson. You can't ignore Breece Hall. Like I said, 177 yards just last week. Eagles have been doing great against running backs this season, which is fantastic. I don't think they will ignore him, but this is an opportunity for a lot of guys, I think, to pad their stats. Bottom line, I have the Eagles winning this game. I have the Eagles winning this game by a score of 35-13. I don't think this is close. I think it's a comfortable win. Barring any unforeseen Washington Commanders type mistakes from last year, the Eagles win this game handily, and I wouldn't be shocked if they put up a 40 spot. We've seen the 49ers put up a 40 spot. We saw the Lions put up a 40 spot. The Cowboys throughout the season have certainly had their big games. This, I think, will be a marquee game for the Phillies or the Eagles. I would not be shocked if they make it to the 40-point mark in this game. So look forward to seeing that happen. Look forward to the Eagles improving to 6-0 on the season. Let me tell you about the great people of MyBookie, mybookie.ag. Can you say mybookie.ag?
MyBookie.ag.
There we go. High roller, this one.
FARCACACACOM.
You're getting closer on the letters, sweetheart. You're good. That's our last name.
R.
That's fair. Oh, that is an R. That's good. Yeah, that's an R in Farzetta. That's your last name.
What's that? C.
That's a Z. Very good. This is for anyone who don't know their letters yet. Doesn't know their letters.
This one.
That's a Y.
A Y.
That's a Y.
I know what a Y is.
That's a Y.
Y.
Yeah, exactly. Very good. This is educational. It's also an educational program today. I like to make sure that we're incorporating everybody
Daddy,
that
what?
might need.
Daddy, what?
That's an H. Wow. Good job.
Like.
All right.
that
Now I
was
have to, Emmanuel, I just have to read this sponsor so you can have the good mac and cheese at school. Okay. So I'm just going to read the sponsor real quick. Let's not touch that one. Okay, sweetheart. Thank you so much. So, mybookie.ag. Enjoy all they have to offer. Right, exactly. Take advantage right now. You see it in the scroll right now.
Hello.
All right, sweetie pies.
Hello. No one hears me.
Some people do. Some people do.
Who?
Yeah. Well, these people you see in the chat. I bet you they're saying hi. Yep. Yep. They're saying hi. Your daughter is cute. Good luck, hon. Thanks, Babs. Appreciate it. See, these are people that are watching and listening to the show and following along and having themselves a good time.
But I just don't want to.
What's that?
I just don't want to.
You just don't want to? You don't want to what?
Go to school.
You don't want to go to school? Oh man, I never wanted to go to school. So you got to go anyway. Sorry. But anyway. People are enjoying. That's great. MyBookie.ag. Look at all they have to offer. MyBookie.ag. You see it in the scroll right there, in the crawl at the bottom of the screen. Up to $200. Up to $200 in cash back in your deposit bonus. You can take advantage of that. And also, if you get to that Super Bowl, plus 38,000 odds on Eagles Chiefs. So you can get involved in that right now. Only at MyBookie.ag. Use promo code Farzy. That's promo code Farzy at MyBookie.ag. One last thing on the Eagles before I get into the chat check here. I wanted to look at their injury report from yesterday as it came out. Here's what you got going on. Jalen Carter turned up with an ankle injury yesterday. He did not participate in practice. Hopefully that's nothing serious. Justin Evans didn't practice because of his knee. Darius Slay did not practice because of his knee. Limited participants in practice. Sidney Brown with the hamstring injury. Nakobe Dean, Jack Stahl, and Marlon Tui Pilotu. What's that?
That's a check.
That's a check?
No, check.
What?
What's going to happen? Mommy did not see me.
You look cold. You look cold.
Mommy did not see me.
You look cold. There you go. Oh, come on. Anyway, for the people on the podcast, I just gave her the Fanatic dangle hat. And she did not like it. And then full participants yesterday, Fletcher Cox with his back injury, and then Rashad Penny, but he was a full participant in practice, will not even be a participant in the game. So that's the injury report looking at yesterday's games. Let me start it off over on the Jacob Media. What?
It's a bell.
Right? Let's start it off on the JK Media YouTube channel, see what you guys are up to. King Pooty TV, what's up? I just read that out loud. Okay. Babs, good morning, Farzy. I just saw this unprecedented in that a wild card will have home field advantage every series but one. That is crazy. Jason A, got to be happy about the Phillies, baby. Damn right, Jason A. Kyle, what's up? Multitasking, much respect, bro. That's exactly what my daughter would do. Can you say hi to Mr. Velasquez's daughter? Say hi.
Hi.
That's very nice. Babs, your cute daughter. Oh, that's very nice. Patience is strong in this one in the Vader post. Juice, Band-Aid solve everything with my kids. Yeah, do you need a Band-Aid?
Huh?
You want a Band-Aid?
Who?
Never mind. All right. Thanks, everyone over there. Let me jump over to the Farzy Show YouTube channel, see how you guys are doing. This is Precious. Put this show in the vault. You can use it when she's a teenager. What, sweetheart?
Done?
Not yet, sweetheart. I'm almost done.
I want you to be done.
Is that RJ? RJ's live. What's up? Top of the 7th. Literally had to dial 911.
Oh.
So did Emmanuel, apparently. Scoozy. April, good morning. What's going on? IBH, what's going on? Back on the NLCS. What's up, Mike Fuji? Sean Kilrain, bring on the Diamondbacks. Take October, still on. Nikki 3 buttons. Sean Kilrain, thank you. Nikki 3 buttons. That's his name from now on. I also saw Big Stick Nick. Somebody put that in the chat last night. Those dirty Braves tried to make out what? Take out Captain Harper. You damn right they did. Let's go. Tired, but never stopped us from having. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Those TBS announcers, Topper flipped the script, used Kimbrel, and oh yeah, everyone was left wondering what the heck was going on. Go ahead, sweetheart. Little Toots is undefeated, Professor Dutch. You're absolutely right, she is. Little MacGyver says Sean Gillespie.
Hello.
He wants some apple juice. Good morning. April, was that in the 7th last night? Oh, April. That was me in the 7th last night. Rojas is going to be the center fielder. The kid is spectacular for our guy Farzy. Sean Kilrain, he is awesome. Gonna need more apple juice to get through the day. He definitely had a hard time sleeping last night. Farzy's shining origin story. Yes, thank you. Rojas made the catch. Puke every time he comes in. Yeah, it was definitely a wild one, to say the absolute least last night. Absolutely a wild one. Ladies and gentlemen, I gave him I'm going to up my prediction. I'm going to say the Eagles go ahead and get them 40 points. 40-13, Eagles win this game, and everything is right with the world. Phillies start their series with the Diamondbacks on Monday night. Zach Wheeler will be on the hill for that one. How good are the Diamondbacks pitchers? John Jones, really good. Go Phils, indeed. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Manuel, can you say thank you?
Are you done?
Yeah, we're done. Can you say thank you?
Bye.
No better way to end than that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Jim Hyder produced the program. Say hi, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Back with you guys on Monday. Can't wait. Also see you guys Sunday on the Jacob Media YouTube channel. Talk all things Eagles, obviously, for game day coverage. And then I'll be back with you guys at 9 o'clock. She'll be in school by then. I'll be with you guys at 9 o'clock with our good friend, Jody McDonald. See you guys then.